to fight the scourge of poverty among our people. Meet every Filipino family's basic needs like food, clothing, shelter, education, health services, etc. Steer and set on a more stable course the country's socio-economic, political development, and inspire hope in our children and youth for a bright and meaningful future. Mrs. Arroyo has had much more time and opportunity to bridge age-old divisions plaguing Philippine society, to rally the nation behind one shared vision of prosperity and sustainable development, and to make Filipinos proud of their race, their cultural heritage, and their inherent excellence. Sad to say today, many Filipinos in America or in Europe, they do not want to be known as Filipinos because of the global shame brought about, sorry to say, by this administration. Let me remind you of this truth. GMA administration has brought the Philippines to worldwide shame and embarrassment. Especially before the United Nations. Last year, she was headlined. She said before the Assembly of United Nations in New York, she said, and I'm paraphrasing, she said, my government is serious in fighting corruption. It was also published in the media that she allegedly allocated 3 billion pesos for the funding of her crusade against corruption. But every Filipino knows this is contrary to truth. Alam natin ang mga iba-ibang scandals na nangyari sa ating bansa. Alam natin yung 40% of the total budget goes to corruption many years ago, according to World Bank. And lately, hindi ng 40%, 50% plus goes to corruption every year. Kaya ho, ang ating bansa'y nagkaganito, dating number 1, ngayon ay kulelat sa lahat ng mga bansa. Naabutan pa tayo ng Vietnam as far as economic growth percentage is concerned. Ay isa ho medyo magandang pangyayari in a way. While GMA government has brought the Philippines to global shame, to worldwide embarrassment because of shocking poverty, shocking corruption, unabated extrajudicial killings, helplessness of the government to arrest all the miseries and untold sufferings of the Filipino people. Suddenly, last few years nagsimula, just one person, one Filipino boxer gave honor and dignity to the Filipino race in the person of Manny Pacquiao. Another patriotic entertainers, artists, scientists, technocrats, good Filipinos who are now working in various countries of the world. They are the ones giving back the honor and dignity to the Filipino people. But, sad to say, the GMA government for the last 8.5 years has brought nothing to be proud of except accumulated public debts, accumulated shame as a nation. Mrs. Arroyo has had much more time and opportunity to bridge, as I have said, age-old divisions plaguing Philippine society, to rally the nation behind one shared vision of prosperity and sustainable development, I believe, and to make Filipinos proud of their race, their cultural heritage, and their inherent excellence. She had much more time and opportunity to strengthen our institutions of governance, restore Filipinos' trust in their government and public servants, and make the government truly a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, serving the common good. Nakalulungkot, ang isang pamahalang demokrasya ay isang pamahalang dapat ay nanggagaling sa taong bayan. Isang pamahalang naglilingkod para sa bayan, hindi naglilingkod para sa ilang pamilya na nagpapasasa sa kayamanan ng bansa. Yes, she has had much more time, well beyond the 6 years our current Constitution gives a Philippine president. She has stayed that long, not out of the will of the white majority of the Filipino people, but out of her own desire and devious machinations, like Hello Darcy Days. Now there are unmistakable indications that she is determined to grab for herself even more time than she has already had and regularly allotted by the Constitution. Just a few days ago, headline sa mga dyaryo, the former Defense Secretary Adelino Cruz exposed the imminent danger that this coming SONA of GMA, or immediately after, there would be a scenario of sporadic violence in different parts of the country, dramatizing terroristic acts, accusing the communists, accusing the terrorists, and just to justify the declaration of martial law. And if not martial law, the presidential proclamation on emergency rule, which is a de facto martial law. Ito po hindi doon. Kaya dapat ang mga God-loving, nation-loving Filipinos ay maging masigasig sa pananalangin for divine intervention at ma-awaken, magising, magulat sa katotohanan ang mga kongresista, ang mga senador, ang mga justices ng Supreme Court. Magulat sila na hindi dapat itulang ang ating bansa sa posibleng kaguluhan at madugong revolusyon. Ito po ay isang tunay na panganib na hindi dapat ipagwalang bahala ng mga Pilipino. Now there are unmistakable indications, in addition to other signs, that the charter change through Constituent Assembly were eroded by House of Representatives or House Resolution 1109, minus the participation of the Philippine Senate, could happen anytime this year, or during or immediately this SONA tomorrow. Kaya ho napakahalaga na tayo din merong espesyal na pananalangin para sa true state of the nation. Hindi tayo dapat mabulaga.